Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. Hope you're having a great day. Hope this video can make it a little bit better for you. This is actually going to be a clip from one of my live streams. If you want a link to my Twitch channel to see me playing any of this live, or a link to the main channel, both will be in the description down below. If you enjoy the video, a like and subscribe is always appreciated, and let's get into it. I think we'll probably go and do Lee Sin. So if you just wanted to win, I think this here would be a really solid build. I was doing this morning before I was like, wait a second. We actually want to get XP going with him. So even though this would be a very solid build, I think we're just going to stick with the duplicator and try to throw on the XP relics. Granted, our Lee Sin is actually surprisingly high level. I don't know if we used something like this before to level him up, but we'll try to grab him here. We want to fit, for these like blessed builds, we want to fit as many XP relics as possible. So we're going to need to get him on the board. We'll get our duplicator active, and it should be solid, but let's try it out. It's accurate in the sense we don't see the side of the losers, but usually, specifically in recent years, we know a lot new stuff on both sides. I mean, yeah, I think there are some situations where the losers, enough of them survive that they were actually able to write down their side of the story. So I don't think it's always the case that history is written by the victors, but that is obviously like it's more likely to happen, and that's generally what we're gonna get. Hi there, can I ask your opinion? Lux's 6-star doesn't count the mana twice with Chemtech Duplicator. Do you think this is a bug? For example, Heimer counts it twice, and both of them say played. I would kind of think that is potentially a bug, because normally stuff does get counted twice by Chemtech Duplicator. Like Lux's 3rd-star power also, it generate her second, no, not her third, her second one. Lux herself will generate 2 lasers if you play a 6-cost spell, so she's counting it twice. Your 2nd-star power generating Golden Aegis, that also counts. So if the wording is the same, then yeah, I think Lux's 6-star should be giving you double the amount of stats, or double the scaling. So that is potentially a bug. I know there's some things you learn in the American school system that half-truths, straight-up lies in both history and science. So I think the science is more the kids aren't ready yet. I mean, there's definitely some things where you want to give someone a bit more of a simplistic explanation, especially for science, because yeah, if you try to dive into the deepest possible science, it's going to be too much. But yeah, there's a lot of things in the school system that isn't really great what they're potentially trying to teach people, or stuff that is just, yeah, inaccurate one way or the other. Yes, we are actually playing Lee Sin. That's part of the reason I chose him, is we normally don't play him because he's probably my least favorite. So I figured doing some gameplay for him would be good. Hello, Pistachio. I learned a lot of animals are herbivores and carnivores, which means they go to the other side if need be. Like sheep eating birds, and big cats will eat berries sometimes. Most animals will eat birds and their babies, though, which is rough. Yeah, a lot of animals are actually more of kind of omnivores, where they'll eat whatever they need to survive. Because, yeah, there's plenty, a panda will eat generally bamboo, but if it can catch, a rodent, it'll eat that too. But yeah, there's a lot that also eat birds, which is kind of funny. Why can't animals eat birds if they're drones sent by the shadow government? Yes, obviously a joke. Let's go for power here. All right, sorcery is great. Yeah, this is a spell that we could play, but we're generating a spell every round. With Chemtech Duplicator, it's going to get, it's going to go off. I think sorcery should be good. Let's go for Scavenger. Had to stop chickens from eating another in my youth. Yeah, chickens will eat each other. They'll peck each other to death. If a chicken starts bleeding, all the other ones will peck it until it dies. My wife used to work on a chicken farm. Well, she grew up on a chicken farm, and so yeah, she saw that firsthand as well, that chickens will kill each other. Let's see. This, I think, is fine. We're going to try to drop our Lee Sin. Yeah, we want that duplicator active. One issue is we're not going to have the overwhelm. Sure, let's drop this here.
You are brave, young one.
Let's give him Challenger. And we would like Lee Sin to level, which we should be able to do right here. Because, yeah, we need him to kick the enemy into the Nexus. Alright, so he's almost soloing them. So we can get rid of that one, kill this one, and then have just enough damage. Alright. GG. Perfect. Titanic chickens. Recall an ally, Hextech Fabricator, Quick Attack. Sure, just for the Hextech Fabricator, that going off twice could be pretty good. Let's go for Support Champion. Again, Thermal Beam, especially if we're out of mana, just playing this for the Fabricator wouldn't be terrible. So sure. Champion item. Sure, let's try to go for the champion items. Let's go for Hearthguard. I don't know if it's been brought up. Did you hear about Leona's 6-star working as intended because of poor wording? Or rather, they just poorly worded what the effect does. I did not hear that. Yeah, over the past couple days, I haven't really been paying attention to any news for the world or for Path of Champions, so I did not see that. But that is unfortunate because I was hoping it was going to be similar to Nasus, where his 6-star was kind of bugged, and then once it actually started working, he was a lot better. I mean, he already was pretty good with his 6-star, but yeah, Leona not getting the level up isn't great. I guess that because the 6-star copies the Daybreak, it doesn't make the Daybreak again, and Leona needs to see you play Daybreak cards. That is unfortunate if that's the case, yeah. Let's get rid of the Flash of Brilliance, and we can hold on to the rest. We would love to get our Lee Sin. There we go. Fantastic.
Beware the dragon spirit.
Let's drop this one here. Let's go for this recall, because it's 2 spells, but then also it's going to give us epic items. I guess it actually only went off twice. That's a little sad. So we could actually give it a blocker. Would that really matter, though? I think we're probably fine. Let's drop these here, again, just for the item. So, not really do anything, but we need him to level. Alright, so this will be our Scout Attack. The double attack won't really matter because we don't have Overwhelm. But GG. Nice. Yes, this is Lee Sin in the most recent Nightmare. We're trying to showcase how you can try to level him. Shell Game, Assembly Line. It's kind of expensive. I think let's just go for a Young Witch, but we don't really plan on playing any of those. Spell Shield would be nice. Sure. Yeah. Code. The draw costs less. Trifarian. I think the Astute Academic is going to be less likely to have like a stun, whereas they might. So let's try to go here. you plan on making an updated tier list for Path of Champion champs? I do, but I'm waiting for the new batch of epic relics. Normally, for the non-champion ones, they put out like 4 to 6 epic relics together that are the new ones you can get in the golden reliquaries, and those obviously are usable by more champions, or at least generally. So I've been waiting for those because most of the champion relics that have come out don't really impact the ranking much. Like the Victor one might, because that one is very versatile, but generally the rankings wouldn't really have changed much other than just putting in the new champions. So we're trying to wait for them to add those epic relics. That's kind of what we're waiting for. If it eventually takes too long, then we might just do one for adding new champions, but I don't want to have to like make an updated one, go through all the work of that, and then the very next patch they put all the new epic relics and it's like, okay, time to immediately make another one. Like, I'm sure it'd get a ton of views, but generally I want to make sure that enough has changed that it's worth a tier list and it's not just adding in the new people. Let's go for the Unworthy Soul and one of the recalls. Could definitely shift the list if they add those new relics. Right, so some of that could radically change how things are working, and that's what we're trying to wait for. All right, no Lee Sin, but we'll drop Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger's not too bad. Let's... Sure, drop this here. Let's go for the extra draw.
A foray into the field? How exciting! Yes, again!
Will this still be a 0 cost? No. Alright, so I suppose we can attack like this. Heimerdinger strong enough to kill anyone. We'll actually keep these ones back as blockers for right now. Yeah, no Lee Sin, which is a little sad, but Heimerdinger is doing decent.
Let's take this puppy for a spin!
Recall unit and landmark. Let's recall that one. This is doing 6 damage, so even if we use our Twin Disciplines, it's not going to matter. How much does this cost? Yeah, 6, so they are still having to spend a decent amount. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so he can survive there. I'll put these there, just trying to reduce down our damage we're taking. Alright, level the Heimerdinger, not too bad. And I think we'll drop this one right here. I think let's just attack and do as much damage as we can. Alright, so they're killing both of those. I think let's drop this here, because Heimerdinger do a decent amount of damage.
There's a right tool for everything.
Yeah, without our Lee Sin, we're still clearing, but it is definitely being a lot slower. We can drop that one there. This will take a decent amount of damage. But we want to kill all their blockers.
It's smaller than the diagram.
Take a stance and hold it.
Alright, so this should be game. We'll drop this one, and we have our other spell ready, but this should be enough. GG. So no Lee Sin, kind of sucks a little bit, but still able to come away with the win. Alright, hidden pathways, cost 2 less. if you've created 2 more cards this game. So that's going to trigger very quickly. Draw 2, Hero's Horn. Sure. So this will be on the cheaper side. Should mostly guarantee we draw our Lee Sin. Technically, it could draw another Heimerdinger if we're in that situation again. Create a Behold the Infinite, Hush, or Blessing. Not terrible, but that's better. Let's grab that, and yeah, I think we're fine. We could heal up, but we'll probably try to be greedy here. Although most of our cards are fine. Inspiring Mentor is a little meh. Who's the boss again? We'll get rid of the elusive. We're fine. Let's go for a Sejuani.
Trust nothing but your strength.
I think they need to reword the 6-star or make Leona level faster. I would like it if they, changed it so it actually just worked with her 6-star. I don't think it would make her overpowered at all. I think it would just make her better and feel better to play. Because like right now, you're activating all these Daybreak effects and she's still leveling pretty slowly, especially with all the extra mana you can get. Yeah, I don't think it feels kind of bad the way she is now. She feels a lot better, but like her specific leveling feels bad. So improving that would be nice. It'd make her a lot stronger and feel a lot better. Let's stick with this. It's fine. We drop our Lee Sin. Since we have that spell shield, we should be relatively fine. We could drop Heimerdinger, but we'd want the extra mana. Let's drop this here. We can go for the recall just to
What's theirs is
get the epics. Like, we're only getting 1, but it gave us like the worst one. Little sad.
My training is unconventional.
As the dragon wills.
Alright, so we were able to get him to level, which is solid. So he'll be able to kill her, hit her into the Nexus. We could try to kill some of those, but I think let's just go straight for damage. So not quite ending. Honestly, we could have kept a lot of these back for blockers, to be honest. Wouldn't have been terrible. Yes, we definitely need Overwhelm. That was one thing that I was going to add into this build, but I was like, no, we need to add in as many greater blessings as possible. But yeah, a method to get Overwhelm can be really, really nice because it just dramatically improves your power. This is fast speed. I think we'll use this right away because even if they can play it again, it should cleanse all their stats from him and give us a blocker because they're about to immediately attack. There's nothing else for them to do.
See the Nebastian border from here.
That just gave us a little bit more time. Let's buff him up
Oh dear.
Their heartbeats quicken.
so we can try to kill some of these, reduce down the damage we're taking. Not that it really matters since we're in a boss fight, and we will
Follow the diagram.
heal up after this.
Rewards its faithful.
Enter
Alright,
your spirit.
GG.
Ionia is
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's very true. We don't need the extra mana. We're starting at 10, so the perfected manifold doesn't matter. I'm so used to just like anytime you see this, be like, oh my word, this is incredible. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that we don't need mana because we're starting at 10. That is silly. Clearly, I'm not necessarily focusing on the game as much. I'm more focusing on chat and some of our conversation we've already had. Triferan Might is fun, although most of our units don't actually trigger it, which is sad. I don't even think Lee Sin, he's like a 3. Actually, no, he's probably, yeah, he's stronger because of those. It's fine, but barely anyone triggers it. I think let's try to reroll for something better. Sure, we can go for Spell Burn. That won't be terrible. Let's go here for the spells chest. So Bookie. My main team is now fully level 90, the max level that takes an atrocious amount of resources to attain. Congrats. I think they need to maintain the power to synergize with Leona. Rather than reworrying her 6-star, some people have paid to spend a valuable resource on her 6-star. I think it did what the wording said. It's not fair for those people to get a text change. Otherwise, Riot refunds, in my humble opinion. I mean, yeah, they definitely can't nerf it. So it would be nice if they changed it to actually work how people, wanted when they tried to get it. But that's the thing with a lot of the star powers is you can't really nerf something once someone bought it. I think it'd still be fine to buff it and just make it better. Let's get rid of a couple of these. We want to be able to get our main champion. We got our Lee Sin. Fantastic. By dropping this, our Lee Sin will essentially be free. So yeah, let's drop him here.
Meaningless without skill.
Let's go for a concussive palm. This will give us 2 units.
When you want a job done right.
And then we can drop this right here.
I fight with the dragon.
Yeah, if we can get Lee Sin to get overwhelmed, we can legit just one-shot their Nexus. But with this extra effect, we might actually, we can actually do that anyways. We also have Scout, so sure.
Enter your skill.
This should be GG. Nice.
I thank you.
6-star Leona, it doesn't count towards her level up, which we were hoping was a bug, but apparently that is how it's supposed to happen. So nothing's really changed, it's just we were hoping that it was a bug and that it was going to get fixed, which is a little sad. Let's go for Green Glade Lookout. Let's go for Spells Chest, sure. And Formula's fine, kinda don't care. Enfeebling's okay, but let's Explosive Finale. We're also not really killing anyone outside of combat. Sure. Alright, everyone should be back. Let's go ahead and go for Tin Skull Tinkerer so we can go for the Stargazer. Yeah, all the champions should be rogue-ish. So I think some will be probably a little bit of a stretch, but that'll be interesting. I think this is fine. We probably will drop Hidden Pathways again. Because by dropping this, we get our Lee Sin to be free.
Force is meaningless without skill.
And yeah, just by playing a bunch of spells, we should be able to get enough damage to destroy their Nexus, since
Our enemies cannot
we have that Spell Slinger, or Spell Burn.
as the dragon wills.
Sure, let's recall one of these, just for more spells.
Officer J.S. Hawklaw.
Fine. That should be game. GG. Who do you think are the rogue champions? I would think that we're going to get Akshan, since he is the rogue sentinel. I think he's pretty likely. Although, honestly, I think we might... After this, I think I'm going to try to just go through and look at who could work. So, if I forget after this, remind me. We'll probably do that before we do anything else. Sure, we can go for Flash of Brilliance. When you play a card, play or discard a card, deal 1 to the enemy Nexus. Sure, that'll be good. We're already trying to do that. Some of these are fine, but yeah, this should be good. We're probably never going to play Dragon's Rage, and let's go for Gangplank.
I accept your terms.
Let's get rid of pretty much all of these. We have to make sure we get our Lee Sin. All right, we didn't get him, but Hidden Pathways has a high chance of drawing him. There we go.
Master yourself. Master your enemy.
So we can drop this here. Ooh, this is going to generate a ton of cards. That'll be probably, yeah, too much because it's generating like 6. He does have Overwhelm, but he's also very likely to get killed by that Powder Keg right away. Let's drop this one right here.
Treasures of the ages for a price.
Let's go for Thermo Beam.
I fight with the dragon's fury.
Well, that's sad.
Nothing like the stink of blood and sweat. Get to
All right,
work.
so not quite enough to be able to end, sadly.
Prepare yourself.
Sure, let's get rid of this guy. But from the spells we play this next round, that should be pretty close. Oh yeah, we didn't have our Sonic Wave. That would have helped out a lot. Let's play this first. Man, they are doing a lot of damage.
Our enemy.
And they're dead. GG.
Ionia endure.
Don't forget to slow down the victory screen to see how much the adventure is worth in XP. All right, 32,000 or 3,200. Oh yeah, that wasn't too bad. I think trying to go for Lee Sin with just like a Chemtech duplicator and then 2 XP relics is pretty solid for these situations where you get to just start at that 6 mana right away or above that 6 mana. And so yeah, if you need to level up your Lee Sin, I do think this is pretty awesome. Do note that the XP does slow down a ton after you hit 40. So we were at 41 when we started this, and with these 2 XP relics, we're now just 43. So yeah, 30 to 40, not too bad, but after 40, it really slows down. Thank you for watching that video, especially all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.